Hi there, I'm Paulie Skaja, Agile Coach, Mindset Muse, and the founder of the Agile Mindset Mastery Program. Over the last few videos, we've been talking about emotional intelligence, and I've been sharing some ideas on how to continue to improve your emotional intelligence. If you haven't already checked them out, go back to the YouTube channel and search on the emotional intelligence. There's a playlist called Emotional Intelligence, and watch the previous videos. The videos are stepping stones with incremental improvement ideas. So today I'm going to recap a little bit of what we've been talking about. Emotional intelligence is something that we all have. It's just an innate part of our being. We don't all choose to improve upon it though. So emotional intelligence starts with yourself. And it starts with the awareness of your emotions. Most of us try to stuff our emotions. We don't want to feel them because, they may bring up unpleasant memories. They may trigger uncomfortable feelings. We like the happy, joyful, exuberant, wonderful feelings, but we tend to label those things that make us feel uncomfortable. Did you know that the feeling of being excited and the feeling of being afraid is the same? It's just what label we put on it. An example, I hate roller coasters. My husband and my kids love roller coasters. So if I'm going to go to an amusement park with my family, I have a choice. I can either sit and wait for them to get through that long line to go on their ride and then finally come back and find me, or I can choose to go with them. Sometimes I do wait, and sometimes I do go with them. But I have to trust myself. I'll never forget the first time that I rode a roller coaster with my husband's daughters. And one of them chose to sit next to me. She knows that I hate roller coasters. We get to the top of the really high hill, and she grabs my hand and she says, I'm going to hold your hand and I'm going to help you through this. Oh, I love you. She's very socially aware. I stepped back and I thought about that moment. She was so excited, and the energy I could feel in her was literally what was going on inside of me. But I was so scared. Not that anything's going to happen, because I trust that roller coasters are pretty safe. I just hate that feeling of my stomach bottoming out. I don't want to have to put myself through that by choice. But she loved it. And that's that emotion of I'm terrified, she's excited, and it's that same energy. So next time you're feeling afraid of something coming, just know that change happens. Life happens. How we label how we feel helps us get through those moments. Okay, so that's your self-awareness piece. So that you can manage those emotions. You can manage how you respond. When she grabbed my hand and told me she was here for me, I felt a release. I felt a little bit relief. And we got through it. And while she was holding her hands high in the air, I was holding on for dear life. And we got through it together. And it was pretty cool. I was able to manage myself and scream out of actually having fun and a little bit of terror. And she was screaming and laughing, which made me feel even better. So it's being aware and then reflecting and knowing I can get through this because I've gotten through worse things. And then socially aware, being aware of what's going on around you, how other people are feeling. Try to put yourself in their shoes. In that moment, my daughter knew I was afraid. And she held on to my hand and she made me do it anyways. It's just a roller coaster. And then I was going to be able to have a Diet Coke at the end. So cool. A reward for making it through. Seems silly, but coming from a little girl who was 11 years old at the time. Pretty darn cool. The last step is relationship management. Okay, so emotional awareness, self-awareness, self-management. The third one was the social awareness, and now relationship management. You have to have awareness of yourself and management of yourself to build strong relationships. You also have to have awareness of others, social awareness, to build and retain strong relationships. That's why these 3 steps that we've been covering are so critical to managing relationships. I don't care if the relationship is between you and your spouse or your significant other or your children or your neighbors or your friends or your family or your coworkers or your social media network or the people you haven't even met yet. We all rely on relationships. No one can go alone. And so we need to be aware, and we need to continuously nurture those relationships that are serving us. Okay, notice there's a difference. Not all relationships ought to stay intact. Sometimes when it feels uncomfortable and when you feel like you're constantly banging your head against the wall, maybe that's a sign that that relationship no longer serves you, or that we really need to work on something. But it's a sign for you to become aware and then have a conversation. In a future video, we're going to be talking about some of those candid conversations and how to have them. But for now, just become aware. You don't have to keep beating your head. That's a signal something's off. So, relationship management. How do you address those signals that are telling you something's off? Or how do you just continue to build those strong relationships so that you continue to nurture them? Be open, be curious, ask questions. I don't care if you're in that honeymoon phase of just meeting someone, new steps, brand new at a company, new relationship, new friendship, doesn't matter. We all go through a honeymoon phase where things seem really cool. I'm really excited. This is really awesome. And then often pretty quickly reality hits and we discover this isn't what I thought this was gonna be. And we have to pause and ask ourselves, is this worth continuing? And what do I need to do to make this better? Sometimes it's talking to the other person. Be open and be curious and self-reflect. Avoid giving mixed signals. I want this friendship. But it's too much work, so I don't. But I really want that person in my life because, okay, stop. Don't give mixed signals. If you don't want someone in your life, you don't need them in your life. If you want someone in your life, but you don't want them close, adjust your communication. If you want to be a good friend, close relationship, then talk to them and create a pattern that gives you that has a balance for the two of you. Build trust. Trust is built on communication, open, honest communication, integrity. So be your authentic self and be open, be curious, and tackle those tough conversations, knowing that worst case, someone may not want to have you in their life. Best case, you have a balanced relationship that feels equitable, honored, and comfortable. Either way, you're ahead. So, self-awareness, self-management, social awareness, all lead to relationship management. Managing your relationships, continuous improvement, continuous work, continuous benefits and rewards. Sometimes you maybe have to think about, what's the benefit of this? But you can probably find a reason to continue your communication, your conversations, and improving. I'd love to hear how you're building your relationships and improving your life. So check me out on paulieskaya.com and follow my YouTube video or subscribe to my YouTube video, like my posts, and stay connected. Share with me, what are you learning? How are you growing? What can I give you to help support you even more? Until next time, Paulie Skaja, Agile Coach and Mindset Muse, the founder of the Agile Mindset Mastery Program. Go to my website, paulieskaya.com, to learn more. Click on the link and schedule a free 30-minute strategy session with me so that I can learn where you are, where you'd like to be, and how I might be able to help. Take care, and we'll talk soon.